Yo, it's Nigel, gaming the NYXI Wizard wireless controller for the Nintendo Switch. After finally acquiring a GameCube console, my GameCube nostalgia has been turned up to 11. So now I'm on the hunt for a GameCube controller that has reduced latency and can help improve my skills on the Switch. Even though I already own a GameCube controller and a GameCube adapter for the Switch, I wanted something that could take advantage of the mobility of the Switch and allow me to use it in handheld. So I found the NYXI Wizard and picked it up and figured I'd give it a try. Now, don't get it twisted, the original GameCube controller will always be on my Mount Rushmore of top video game controllers ever created. However, attaching the GameCube adapter to the Nintendo Switch USB-A port can be a bit cumbersome and overwhelming and not always the easiest way to play. So I'm looking for something that I can use Bluetooth and kind of be a bit more detached from the console. In hindsight, a Wavebird would be real clutch right now, but we gotta work with what we got. What initially attracted me to the NYXI Wizard controller were the no drift Hall effect joysticks. I'll be really truthful with you, I've got a few Pro controllers that have drift from all of the intense Smash Brothers play I've been putting multiple hours into, so this felt like a real smart investment. A stick that'll last a little longer, that I hopefully can't mess up, but you know, we'll see how it all plays out. Ultimately, the biggest draw is the modability. I love the fact that these sticks can be swapped out based on my liking and my choosing. I'm obviously biased, but my initial impression is that it doesn't feel quite as nice or quite right in comparison to the original GameCube controller. The original GameCube controllers had the rumble motor in the center of the controller, which kind of gave it a little bit of heft, whereas the NYXI Wizard's centerpiece is just a piece of plastic, and it kind of makes it feel a little bit off, like it's not distributed quite right. But you know, like I said, I'm biased because I have such a love for the original GameCube controller. The buttons, however, feel nice. I like the clickiness and the quick response when you press down. It seems like the throw distance is a bit shorter than the original, which means that when I press a button, the command comes out just a little bit faster. That might seem trivial, but you know, some of these competitive games, you know, the little bit of time makes a huge difference. So it's nice to feel that. Although I admittedly miss the pressure sensitive analog triggers, there's really only a few games that take advantage of that, so I'll have to deal. Now here is the crux feature of the controller that makes or breaks the experience. Having a GameCube that acts like a Joy-Con that allows the Nintendo Switch pad to be in the middle and allows you to play it as if you're playing a split GameCube controller is pretty clutch. I think that's a great feature, but they still designed it as if you would play it separately, as if you're playing a regular Joy-Con, but the handles are in the way, which is kind of an odd thing. It's just odd. Like, who plays like that? I rarely even play with my Joy-Cons individually. and the idea of a GameCube being an individual Joy-Con just seems weird. So here's the centerpiece that you can see is just kind of routed out piece of plastic, has nothing to it. I do wish there was a way to plug in a USB-C to the centerpiece so that both sides of the controller can be charged, because at the moment you have to plug in the two sides individually into a USB-C charging port or cord in order to have them be charged, which is a small flaw, but easy to work around. But I think that could be an easy change that would make all the difference. Oh, I almost forgot. I never use it, so I sometimes just forget about it, but the D-pad on the NYXI Wizard is actually really nice compared to the original GameCube controller. It's a little bit bigger and it's concave, so the ends stick up a little bit, so people that use the D-pad might enjoy that. Also, there are trigger buttons in the back that are mappable. Still a new feature for me, having additional buttons, so I'm neither here nor there about that. I'm still trying to figure out what they're even good for. Ultimately, I find the NYXI Wizard controller to be a very nice controller for those that are looking for another option for the GameCube controller on their Nintendo Switch, and I highly recommend it. Somehow transitioning away from the Pro controller to a GameCube controller has been a bit difficult for my Ultimate Smash Bros. Gameplay, but I think being able to play it mobile will give me the opportunity to practice a little bit more, and I'm looking forward to it. What about you guys and Gentle Thoughts? Are you looking for a substitute for your old GameCube controller? Do you have a NYXI Wizard you've played with? Do you have thoughts on it? Let me know. Hey yo, you know the like button is free? If you made it this far into the video, we appreciate you spending your time with us. Subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.